I'm Annika Nielsen, and I'm from Scotia Glenville High School, and I participated in the New Visions Health Careers program from 2019 to 2020. I wanted to be in New Visions because I knew I wanted to pursue something in medicine, and I was also kind of sick of Scotia's schedule of periods 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and taking classes that I don't care about and really dreaded, like physics. And with New Visions, you are interested in the things that you do, so the projects aren't as dreadful. And so that's why I wanted to do New Visions, and I heard really good things about it from other classmates, that they really liked it, and I wanted to I thought it was really cool to actually be in the hospital, shadowing professionals and stuff, while your classmates are just sitting in a physics class doing boring things while you're watching a C-section or a hysterectomy. So I thought that was cool. So that's why I wanted to do New Visions. After graduation, I'm going to be going to the Rochester Institute of Technology, and I will be majoring in biomedical sciences, which is a 4-year program. And then after that, I want to go to chiropractic school. At the beginning of the year of New Visions, I wanted to be an orthopedic PA, and then through my experiences in the OR and stuff, I realized that's not what I want to do. It's kind of funny because when I told one of the nurses in the OR that I wanted to be an ortho PA, she kind of crushed my dreams and told me that it wasn't a good profession. I was like, okay. But yeah, I kind of learned that just wasn't my thing, I guess. And so now I want to be a chiropractor, but we'll see how long that lasts. Also, funny thing, when I was in my adults and peds rotation and I told the nurse I wanted to be a PA, she was like, oh, so you want to be a pain in the... And I was like, I guess so. And so I guess that's what they're known from taking New Visions, is that you get an experience that's way different from your homeschool. Like I said before, you'll be watching a hysterectomy while your classmates will be in calculus. And so it's just way more interesting than what you would be doing in your homeschool. You make lasting friendships. I know I've made a lot of new friendships, and our little class seems like a little family, and we all stay in touch all the time. You learn about things you want to, so instead of learning about physics and calculus, I mean, you can still take those classes, but you're learning about things you want to learn about and that you can apply in your future job. And also you get to see what real world medicine is like instead of watching it on Grey's Anatomy and stuff. I know Grey's Anatomy is great, but it's not what real life medicine is. So I think it's good to experience that. So those are some tips for success in New Visions. First, I want to talk about presentations. When I first came into New Visions, I was like, oh my God, I can't present every single week. That's insane. That's so nerve-wracking. But then once you get into it, it's literally no big deal. I promise you, after the first 2 or 3, you're whatever. Which is a good skill to have, because then when you go to college and you have to present to a bigger crowd or whatnot, it'll be so much easier. And everybody else around you will be freaking out while you're just chilling. But yeah, presentations, don't be stressed out if that's something you're stressed out about. It'll be a breeze. And it'll be no big deal. Another tip for presentations, I don't know if this is for everybody, but it was for a lot of people in our class, don't drink caffeine before your presentation because it makes you more nervous. I want to talk about rotations. So I was kind of nervous for rotations because I'm not that much of a social person, but if you're not that social, don't be nervous, because it's literally a breeze, and people understand that you're only in high school, and people for the most part want you to be there. So my biggest thing is just ask questions, because then they feel you're interested in their job, and they appreciate you. So my biggest tip would be to ask questions, and literally don't be nervous. It's no big deal. For rotations, be nice to the shuttle drivers, because they can and will make you late to school, and they're very moody. So be nice to them and don't piss them off. I want to talk about some of my rotation experiences. Worst one was dining and nutrition, just because it was a little bit boring. And then my favorite one was inpatient OR, because I got to see a hysterectomy. Everybody in there was super chill, and they were singing, and it was really fun. And then also another favorite one was security, actually, and it was my last day of rotations before Corona hit. And I saw a dead person that day, and then I got to see, like, every floor of the hospital, and then I got to check people in myself into the ER, and then this dude came up, and he just walked right to the registration desk, and he goes, excuse me, I just got stabbed, and I think I'm bleeding internally, and he was, like, totally chill about it, and meanwhile, I'm in the corner, and I'm like, I want to talk about current events, because when I first got my assignment for current events, I was like, I cannot do this every week, but my first one was garbage. Then you get pro at it, and I could whip one up right now in like 30 minutes, and it's like no big deal. Presentation and the rating in 30 minutes. So if you're stressed about that, don't be stressed about it. Now relating to food, I would make sure to save a lot of money for caffeine, because you need caffeine, especially during some of the documentaries we watch. Pretty sure I've slept through a couple of them. Try to pay attention, but sometimes you just can't. So you really need caffeine. So they have good coffee in the cafeteria, so go get coffee, and it's not that expensive. So just make sure you save money for caffeine. Also, the potatoes in the cafeteria at McClellan Street are so good, and they're only 89 cents. That's pretty sad that I remember that, but they're only 89 cents. So get the potatoes and get the coffee, and you'll be all set. One more weird thing. People will mistake you for, like, doctors and nurses and other people because you look professional. Like, one time I was in the ER, and they wanted me to put a 90-year-old's hip back in place, and I was like, no, I cannot do that. Just explain to them that you're a student. Don't try to do anything, because that'd be weird. I don't know what would happen. So, one last piece of advice from me is to enjoy it while you can. Enjoy your senior year. Enjoy New Visions, because it'll fly by. And like us, we didn't get the full experience, and like right now I'm really missing New Visions and stuff, which is weird. I never thought I would miss school, but I am. So my biggest advice is to just like enjoy it while you can. And like, I know some weeks, not to scare you, but you'll like definitely have mental breakdowns and everything, but like you don't know what you have until you don't have it, which is sort of like what's happening to me right now. Like, I'm like, wow, I actually miss doing New Visions and presentations and stuff like that, and I miss seeing everybody. So really my thing is just enjoy it while you can, and have fun and explore new things.